Hey, first of all, I want to thank Steve for inviting me here to come out and tell some jokes. All right, hey, that dude is a hard worker. 41 years? Hey, come on, man. Hey, I retired from the military. 20 years, 1 month, 3 days, 10 days, 5 hours, and 30 minutes. But I wasn't keeping up with all of that. And I love telling jokes. Now, I love telling jokes to my mom and family when they do it, say something crazy. Like the time my son called his mom a monkey. She was asleep, so I answered the phone. I said, hello? He said, you ain't my mama. I said, I know it. I ain't your daddy either. That bothered my son so much, he wanted to take one of those ancestry tests. So recently I went to visit my 95-year-old grandmother. I hadn't seen her in 4 years. And she had a sign on that door that said, watch your step, but I didn't pay any attention. When she opened the door, I gave her a hug, I squeezed her so tight, she started kicking and screaming, get off me, get off me! You know, with an attitude. So I backed up all I said, I'm sorry, Grandma, did I squeeze you too tight? Straight out, you idiot, you stepping on my nipples! She said, did you read the sign? The moral of the story is, reading is fundamental. So I just got back from New York last night. I did a show at Rocky Mountain for the Comedy Club. That was a dream come true because he always been one of my favorite comedians, him and Richard Pryor. After the show, we went to this fancy restaurant to celebrate our 35th anniversary. They had a table that made extremely nice. Y'all should have seen it. They had music, candlelight, and 35 balloons that said happy anniversary on it. But we noticed this older couple kept staring at us. They looked like they could have been at ladies like this. Later on, they came over and introduced themselves to us. They told us that they were celebrating their 65th anniversary. We said, wow, that's amazing, congratulations. They said, thank you, but you two, y'all remind us so much of ourselves when we was your age, and y'all make a beautiful couple. We said, thank you. Try to tell that to our spouses. So speaking of spouses, after 35 years of marriage, I'm finally starting to rub off on mine. Get your mind out the gutter and say I start to roll one out. I don't know what kind of freak y'all think I am. The reason I say that is because my wife is a very serious person. She don't normally joke around like I do. But the other day I was trying to find something black and white to go behind, go inside my suit coat pocket. And I told my wife, I said, I need to find something black and white to go behind this piece of material. She said, good luck with that. I've been trying to find something black and white for 35 years. This she said, I said out loud. So, I can't believe that O.J. Simpson died. I ran in Florida one time when he first got out of prison. He was working at swap meet selling knives. I bought a knife from him. He put it to the side. He said, look here, bro. He said, if that was done with a trick, I know this one will. I used this one before myself. And it comes with the glove. He said, I had two gloves, I lost one of them. I haven't seen that glove since 1995. So my niece came over to the house the other day, unannounced. She just popped up, right? And my wife and I, we got home chilling watching Netflix. My wife still having her pajamas. I have no t-shirts and gym shorts. And a pair of Harley Davidson sneakers on personal line off of TV. You know, that's the cheap stuff come from China, right? Evidently, the sneakers I had on look like the ones that Kanye West came out with called Yeezy. Y'all heard of those? They're expensive looking. See, I didn't know that until my niece said, see, I'm for her. Those Yeezy you wearing? She was serious too. I said, well, it just depends on how much they cost. She said, they're only $600. I said, $600? Hell no, these are Yeezys. These niggas on places for $29.95. I wish I would pay $600 for a pair of sneakers. This generation lost their mind. They'll pay $600 for some sneakers, and when they get decent, they get rid of them. You know, our generation, we can get rid of sneakers until we put a hole in the bottom, right? So my cousin, she upset with me. She got upset with me because all of us didn't go out to dinner, right? It was me, my wife, my cousin, and her fiance. My cousin was in her room getting dressed. All of a sudden, I heard her yell out, yo, cuz, can I holler at you for a minute? So I went to her room. you okay? I said, come on, man. This the whole way I know how to be. Integrity is my middle name. She said, okay. This is an advanced female question. Y'all know the one that all females ask me. She said, does this dress make you look big? I said, no, not at all. As a matter of fact, you make it look small. Now to see the hurt question. I know one day I'm going to hear from her, though. You know how I know? I still owe her $100. That's what I know. So, since I retired from the military, I noticed they changed their rules and regulations. Because now it's going to sell out overweight soldiers wearing beards and goatees. And I was in the military, we could wear beards and goatees, but not everybody's wearing. I ran to the first one the other day, they had a nice goatee. He had the handlebar mustache, the pillow in, and everything. I asked her, I said, how you get your goatee to look like that? She said, when I was 10 years old, I was bad as a kid. I was so bad, my parents had to homeschool me. But once a week, they would send me to this private school. I didn't like it too much because the teacher was mean as a drill sergeant. I remember the first day of school, the teacher told me, said, Hurricane, I want you to come in, sit your neck behind down, shut up, and open the door. I was terrified. I said, what's this teacher? And what kind of school is this? Well, gonna find out years later, I was going to Sunday school. They was thinking up there talking crazy. They said he did 3 tours in Vietnam and he left flashbacks. So I came to the conclusion that you can't help people when you do. You know, I tried to help this old lady, and she got me fired from my job at the beauty shop. I had been working there for 5 years, and she got me fired on my lunch break. And I ain't gonna help me fired on the lunch break. She came in one day, and everybody was gone to lunch. I was the only one there sitting down eating, right? She said, excuse me, sir, can you give me a pen? My daughter's in a fatal car accident, and I have to go to her funeral today. So I felt sorry for her. I said, yeah, I'll give you a pen. I sat her down and hooked her up, y'all. And you know how some old ladies, they have hairs growing from their chin? Well, she had quite a few hairs growing down there. So I told her, I said, you know what, today's your lucky day. I said, if you like that, I can tell you a few million chews you got going on down there. She got pissed. She said, how dare you ask me something like that? That's no question to ask a lady. And she said, I want to speak to your manager. I said, ma'am, I'm not the one here. I guess you're going to lunch. She said, I want to speak to your manager now. And then my manager walked through the door, right? She said, what seems to be the problem here? She said, are you the manager? She said, I sure am. I've been the manager here for 10 years. How may I help you? She said, I don't know what kind of business you're running here. And you have to audacity, don't ask me how to spell it. You have to audacity ask me if I want him to take my Fu Manchu. That's no question to ask a lady. My manager said, well, first of all, man, he's not a beautician, he's the custodian. So, when I was a drill sergeant, I used to love playing tricks on the new recruits, right? I remember one time I was at the gun range, and we were waiting on transportation to come pick us up and take us back to the barracks. They called and told us they were running about 45 minutes late because one of the vehicles broke down. I said, okay, no problem. I just mess with the soldiers until, the bus comes, right? So I told the police that, Pop, I got bad news.
Hey, family, friends, let's show respect to the people on the program. Let's call them all down to the level. This is respect and love. And what we're showing right now is not respect and love. That's not us.
Thank you, sir. Give a round of applause. And you know I'm old, I'm against it. We'll come back to that, we'll move on. That round of it. So, I did a show one time on this riverboat, right? And it was full to capacity. I was the only black guy on there. I told the captain, whatever you do, please don't let nothing happen to this boat. I wasn't scared that something would happen to me or I get my hair wet, obviously. Right, but I told him, I said, I know how black people are. We'll watch the news and be like, that's what he did. He ain't no business on this boat with all the white people know him. He on there doing white people crap. He said, rest of all them people joined in Branson, Missouri. So, so a really good friend of mine from Compton, California came to visit me last month. Real cool white dude. He's so cool black people gave him a nickname. None of y'all be cool black people gave him a nickname. We nicknamed him Al, short by albino. He reminded me of that comedian Gary Owen because he loves sister girls. That's all he talk about. When he came to visit, we hung out at the mall. After I talked to every sister he's seen. They don't even want to go to Foot Locker to try to find a pair of Air Force Ones to make this for the brand. So we went to Foot Locker, and this beautiful sister named Alicia was working there. She was just gorgeous, girl. Alton right on. He had her smiling and giggling and everything. For a minute, I thought I was going to get lucky. And all of a sudden, Alicia dropped a bombshell on her. She said, I can't date you. He said, why not? She said, because I'm looking for a man with diamond rings and one and I'm not going to say anything else. I know exactly what I mean. I said, 9 inches. She said, yep, 9 inches and nothing less. I looked her up and down and said, Alicia, you fine as hell. But I'm not paying 2 inches out for nobody. Alicia said, wait, what? And I said, 5 for Alicia. So, run up in the ghettos, man. I'm originally from East St. Louis, Illinois, so I grew up fast. And this thing's around here that y'all take for granted. For instance, when y'all go to the bathroom, y'all ain't well, it sounds like y'all do it. Don't say, well, we can have that. Somebody went out there with a permanent marker. They just spell words and stuff. They ain't really good at doing it. I remember one time when I was in 5th grade, I ended up going in the mop closet. There was 2 dudes in there shooting dice. One dude said, hey, you ain't gonna nap your head up before you get on the bus. You got a bus on kick your butt. And that was the bus. I guess he leave by example, right? I don't have those kind of problems, because y'all sound further say men, women, and others, guys, gals, and others. Not ours. I said, pick holes and tricks. They got the word holes on, they put HOSE. You open that door, you'll be sprayed down with a water hose. Hey, y'all, that's my time, y'all. My name is Holy King. I'm the soul of the company.